Hi, Pooster. I hope that's how you pronounce your name. Here's the question that you've been asking on Talk Graphics. There's one thing I don't understand. It says this time I have white rectangles cover the arrow newbie. I don't know what newbie is, or nubby newbie. But I think you actually mean that from the mouse off layer the arrow points up, and on the mouse over layer the arrow points down on the box. But when I actually look at your website, that web file that you've supplied, it's a very sick file altogether. I can't understand why. I've spent quite a bit of time trying to understand what happens, and so this is just your mobile side of the site. I haven't looked at the main. But if I preview it, I think you state that. Hang on, that's the mobile. That's the desktop side. This is the mobile side. You say that the purchase shirts works as expected, and I can see we mean this arrow pointing up, and as you mouse over that, it points down. But you say the other buttons don't act the same way, and they definitely don't. They're very sick buttons, because, and I can't find out why I have this left offset and drop down. This one has got a left offset and drop down. That's got a left offset and drops up. I don't know about this one down the bottom. I haven't really looked at it, but it also drops up and down, and I can't see where that's happening. And I've looked long and hard. All I could suggest is you send that file to Zara support and see if they can find why that's happening, because I just can't see why that offset should be happening. The offset's not happening here. I'm saying that's what you want it to do. Okay, so I think probably your best bet is to have a look at buttons and what actually happens in buttons. So I'll just shut that down, and let's have a look at this purchase shirts button that you say works. I'm going to just edit, copy the mouse off version. I'm going to open a new web designer file. I'm just going to go Control V. Okay, sorry, I've posted that into the wrong layer. I wanted to post it in the mouse off layer, Control V, so that pastes in there, and you can see you've got some text there, you've got a circle, you've got a rectangle. It's a rectangle with an arrow pointing up, and you've got some text. The thing is that if I select that text, it doesn't have a link. If I select that text, it has a link. If I select that text, it doesn't have a link. Select that circle, it doesn't have a link. Going back to your mobile site, that shape, that rectangle with the arrow pointing up, has the a link. But when you go to this one, that doesn't have a link. That download text doesn't have a link. That doesn't have a link. The only one that has a link, and you can see that because it's underlined, is this text block. So that button there is entirely different than that button there. So let's see if we can get the buttons to be the same throughout. So if we go back to here, you've got these. That's the button that you want. What I would suggest is that you put a rectangle behind those buttons. It's above it at the moment. I'm going to go Control B to send it to the back, and I'm going to fill it with the background colour so you can't see it. If I just put the page like that now, you can see that that is the image that I want to use as a button, and I want to use the whole of that image as a button. So I can copy that. I can go Control, select all that, and go Control G. I won't go Control G at the moment. I'll just go Control Copy. What happened there? I don't know. What do you go? Come back. Alright, here we are. Control Copy. That's in the mouse off layer. I'm now in the mouse over layer, and I'm going to go Control Shift V, which pastes it exactly in place. I'm going to select this. I'm going to go Control Ungroup, and then I'm going to go to Wireframe. I'm going to make this bottom layer visible. And select that shape there. You've got two. I don't know why you've got two. Maybe you haven't. Select that, and I'm going to flip it vertically. And it needs to now come down a bit, so I'm going to just nudge it down, holding down the Alt key. Bloody hell. Holding down the Alt key and just gently nudge that down like that. Okay. Now if I then just slide over that and go Control Group, is it still a group? That's a group. Yes. I can then select that and give it a link. So give this link here, and I'll just hit the hash or the pound key, I think you call it across in America or wherever you are. It's just a false link. It doesn't lead anywhere, but it just acts as a link, so it will give you the mouse over hand as you test it. So if I then go and test that that button, see as I go over, changes like that. Okay. I think on your example, the text changes from white to black. So if I just Control click that and change that to black, Control click that, so I'm just selecting the text and give that black. Test it again. Testing it, but I've got to have the mouse over layer first. Test it. The whole thing changes. The arrow goes up and down as you want. Everything's fine. the whole of this image. This is an image. There's two images, one overlaying the other. You don't have to have this silly little white box you had before. Just do that. Finally, the background will actually be white, like that. And if I test it again, then everything changes as you want. But you have to do that throughout. You have to stick to that. You seem to be just messing around with things, and you get this to be the text here to be a link, but not the rectangle behind it. You don't have this click here or that circle linking to anything whatsoever. It's a matter of getting a whole image and getting the image to change as you go. I'm not a great lover of these big buttons, and if you're going to go purchase shirts, why you've got the click here button above it for, I don't know. But anyway, it's enough rambling by me, and I hope that helped. This is Egg, all the best, good night.